a broken up one because it's not going to be a full shift day. We're out riding intermittently throughout the day. So right now we're working on a Walmart Spark order. It's $9. We're getting ready to pull up to the house. So with that said, I'm not going to be able to be on here long, but guys, our goal as always is to make $100, and my goal today is to try to make $100 while I'm doing various different personal errands and things, while at the same time trying to put a focus on trying to earn some money. So join me, let's see what we can do. And man, we've already, I don't know, let's see here, Mossdale Road. So is that back over here? It must be. Yeah, so if it's Mossdale, yeah, this is already, the first order is already kind of wacky, but we're figuring it out. Apple Maps really leaves a lot to be desired at times, to be honest with you. There it is. All right, 39. So we're gonna park here and we'll be back, guys. I will come back to update you here in a little bit when I've got something to update. Like I said, we're gonna get this order done, and I've got to go run a couple errands. We're scheduled to go on live at DoorDash at 4 o'clock, so I'll keep you guys posted as the day progresses. All right, guys, talk to you in a little bit. What's going on, guys? Dad Dash back here with a little update. So wow, what a crazy experience I just had. So I got done with the Spark order that you saw me at. I decided, you know what, it's Sunday. I had a little bit of time, so I said, you know what, I'm gonna ride up to the next exit before I run my errands and just see what happens, and see if I could find a decent order. So I normally don't take long distance orders up here in this market, but that's normally a lot of what you see. So I got a $17.50 order and went ahead and took it. And you know, I was like, you know, it looked like it was an order that I would be able to, you know, ride highway miles for most of the time. If I could grab it up, snap it up real fast, get it delivered, and then start heading back down towards where I needed to go get some business done for today. Well, guys, this was a complete debacle. I arrived at this restaurant at 3:24 in the afternoon. It is now 3:59. I am leaving the restaurant. I got to the restaurant. The drive-thru was completely backed up. I got a little footage inside the restaurant. I'll kind of throw that up right now in the corner there. You should be able to see it now. You can see it was crowded inside the restaurant. I talked to the gentleman. When I arrived, at first I was ignored. Then I kind of waited in line like a customer, got in line, had a conversation with the gentleman there and said, hey, listen, I'm here with DoorDash. And he said, oh, all DoorDash orders are over there, but I'm telling you right now that we're not able to process DoorDash orders right now because we're short-staffed. We haven't had, you know, but when we get to it, it'll be there. You're welcome to wait, but I have no idea when it'll actually be fulfilled. So of course I was contacting the customer and let them know, hey, I'm at the restaurant, we got problems. And I waited and waited, and once I hit about 22 minutes in the restaurant, I just decided today, it's like, normally I would leave, but I thought, you know what, I'm waiting on this one, because number one, it's $17, and let me see what I can get, you know, if I could get half the order or something out of this, because if I turn this down, it's going to go right out in the wild, and other Dashers are going to come here, and it's really horrible. I mean, what's going on in this restaurant, and to put other Dashers into that sort of inconvenience, I'm like, you know what? No, I'm going to do the right thing here. So I contacted support, and I'm going to throw up the chat that I had in support. And you'll see there, as you can see and review it. I'll try to keep it up for a few seconds each page as I'm talking here. But I got in touch with support, and that lasted another 10 minutes. But ultimately what support did was they actually canceled the order, so it did not count against my completion rate. And then they gave me half of the $17.50 or $8.75. They did not give me anything extra for my time. I didn't ask, to be honest. I should have probably asked, but I figured I'm getting $8.75, which is, you know, this wasn't a $6 order. And I, you know, did nothing more than just pull into the parking lot and wait there. But I still wasted a tremendous amount of my time. So guys, this was crazy. This had to be the longest I've ever waited for an order, but there's a lesson to be learned. Talk to your merchant, and if you're told that there's an issue or understaffing, make sure you call support and obviously advocate for yourself. In this case here, I was happy with $8.75 to not have to drive anywhere and just sit there and wait. And now I'm on another order for $17. That's going to take me back towards my house where I can go get the business done I needed to get done. But Guys, that's what I'm saying. Make sure you advocate for yourself. Make sure you call support. It's worth it. So anyways, guys, I'm going to jump in here. I've got to go get this order taken care of, and I'll be to come back with a little update. So following the disaster at Dunkin' Donuts, I went ahead and I believe I might have been on camera when I took that. I'm not 100% certain, but as you probably have already seen, I took a $17 order. It was a double order, and this market is, I mean, if I have to be honest, I've never really properly tested or vetted this market. I've always made assumptions about it, looked at the orders, and haven't jumped in and taken some of these orders. And I said, you know what, today I just want to test it out. So I went ahead and did that. I kind of have lost track of all the personal things I needed to do. So I've got to, you know, I wanted to see this experiment through. So this is the final leg of this experiment. And what I wanted to see was what would this order, how did this look out over a spread, connecting the next order in, and just kind of take a look and seeing, like, where do we end up on the profitability table here with this market? And what I mean by that is the key is I ended up earning 19 bucks, as you probably saw. There was hidden tip on the one order, and I anticipated there might have been. So then I said, well, how long is it really, like, when I went pretty far out there. I ended up with, I don't know, it ended up probably being like 12 miles, and then I had to travel a few miles back to get into a position. I did get offered right away a Wendy's order for like $4, which you probably saw in there. I declined that, obviously. But it then took me a little while to get back. Once that order got declined, I ended up driving out of range, and then I never got any attention. I've powered up Grubhub, powered up Uber Eats, just to see what was out there. Because what I wanted to see was like, if I get out there, am I going to get support from anyone? Spark didn't even send me anything. So as soon as I got into the market after I was driving, they shot me this order I'm on right now, $15.50 for Chili's. Now, Chili's in this area I've never been to. There's a lot of restaurants in this area I've never been to, and I've brought assumptions in from other markets. This Chili's, it was smooth as silk, man. This was great. $15.50. This is a huge order. It's so huge, DoorDash refused to put the subtotal on it. So that tells me this order, looking at what it is and knowing what I know about the Chili's menu, we're probably talking about a $100 plus order here. $15.50. I know from ordering in my market here that DoorDash, it normally, especially for the longer distances, will, like, my house is pretty good distance from where we're at. It's at least like 10, 12 miles. So they're always, it seems, for every order I have, they're always recommending like 15 to 20% tip, and that's what comes up. So it's like, for me, any order I do is normally like $13, $14, or $15, and you have to change it, obviously, to if you want it to go lower. For me, it works. I always end up leaving the $15, unless there's more. There's been times I've had a bigger offer and it's been as high as like $20, and I've went ahead and left that tip. But point of the matter is that I'm curious to see what this order turns out to be, because I think it could be more than $15.50. But the point is that I will have, and I'm gonna analyze it, I will have made almost like 40 bucks or so relatively quickly. Now, again, I have been doing traditional multi-apping, ethical multi-apping. I haven't tried to stack on, because, again, even though this is a place I've lived my whole life, the market itself, it's changed quite drastically, and I've never worked it as a delivery market except for my little corridor that I have near my house. But I'm thinking to myself, well, you know, if I could get DoorDash or Grubhub and Uber Eats and change Grubhub back over into this market, what opportunities would there be having such a vast amount of space? Could I get multiple orders going in an ethical way that I could pick up from that? Because there's like every major restaurant is in like this little dense little area down there. So the key is getting as much value of that out of that area as possible, and then going on the run and then getting it all done. All right, guys, I'm gonna jump off here and get to delivering this order, and I'll be back to update you in a little bit. Like I said, I'm backed up on some personal things, so I think I'm gonna have to end this experiment right here, unless something pops that's pretty decent that will help me, that's maybe close by that I could do. But I'm thinking I'm gonna try to work this market up here and see what I can do. I don't know. I don't know. It's weird. Like I said, you know, I may come out and try to work this again. All right, guys, I will talk to you in a little bit. I appreciate you watching. Hit that like, subscribe button if you're getting anything out of this video today, and I'll be talking. Back here with an update. So it's been a long time, guys. Been a real long time since I talked to you, so I do apologize. Hopefully you saw all the action. I'm going to kind of break down some of it for you. So out way later than what I expected today. It's about 10 till 8, and I am actually on my way home finally. And man, what a crazy day. So I got a, well, I can't remember the last time we spoke, but I think it was I was heading up to drop off an order that was Chili's order for $15.50, if my memory serves me right. And just to update you on that order, there was no extra tip. It was $15.50. When I got done with that order, I immediately got given my final DoorDash order of the day. It wasn't intended to necessarily be the final one, but it ended up being for $9. And then that actually took me up by my house to the Wendy's by my house, and then up to the very next exit, which is normally right in my sector that I normally deliver for DoorDash. Well, as soon as I was on my way up there, I got an order for like I want to say it was $24, and it was a curbside pickup. It was 61 items, so it was a big one. It was a bigums. So I picked that order up, and I said, you know what? I was kind of going back and forth, waffling back and forth. So I got out of the order. I had enough time to do that. Plus, the Wendy's took a little longer than I had expected. So I got out of the order. Then they immediately re-offered it to me at a $4 premium. So then it moved up to $28. Then I arrived at the store, and of course, inevitably, the order wasn't ready. So I said, you know what? I've got to go shopping anyways. I'm going to get out. And I got out of the order, and they added an additional $4 more, and I got paid, I think, $6.50 for that. So I took the order, and then there was a shop order that came through, and I took that order, well, and that I saw right before I accepted that order. So then I quickly got out of that order again, and no, actually, I'm sorry, no, I did not. That's not correct. I took that order and waited a little while. My order still wasn't ready. So I got out of that order and just said, you know what, I'll get out. And of course they pay you the $8 plus the $2.50. So I said, fine, I'll do that. That compensates me for my time. And I'll just end it right now, and I'll try to do some DoorDashes. I was close to 100, but you know, I got out. They immediately added $12 to the order, but then a $24 shop came through. Well, I tried to get the $24 shop, but I couldn't do it. But then I went ahead and said, well, for 12 bucks, let me see if I can wait a little while longer. So I did the $12, right? Waited a little bit longer. And then my app misfired. And the funny thing is as I'm like trying to go in, the app unassigned me from the order. Then the guy comes over, knocks on my window, and is like, are you know, Steve Askin? And I said, yeah. And they said, okay. And I said, well, hold on. So I reassigned myself the order now for another $12 premium. So I got $14.50 when the app unassigned me. I went back and checked. I couldn't believe it. So then I took the order. So it ended up being like a $50 order. It was crazy. So that order, of course, it ended up being, you know, it put me to work every bit of that. I mean, there was waters, there was sacks of potatoes, and this had to be the world's longest driveway and sidewalk. I had to park behind several vehicles and then walk all the way up this long sidewalk. So I ended up, the first time I went up and did my first load, I said, you know what, nah, I'm gonna get smart here. So I utilized my bags, and of course when you do a curbside order, they don't bag it in your, you know, bags for you, even if you have them back there. I've only had one person do it, but so I bagged everything, carried it all down, got it all unloaded. Gentleman came out, very, very nice, and he was like, oh my gosh, my wife ordered a lot of stuff. I said, oh yeah, but it's okay. And I intended that to be my last order, so I left out of there. And of course, also I was having cell phone connectivity issues as well, so I had to go to my personal phone, which is on T-Mobile and not AT&T, in order to process out the order. Got it processed out and immediately got a $27 shop at Walmart. So I thought, you know what? It's only 13 items. I'm going to try to do my own personal shopping, which you're allowed to do. It says you're allowed to do it in there, in the training and everything, along with that shop, since it's only 13 items. Well, of course, then I didn't pay attention to the item list. And anytime you have stuff like Slim Jims or things like that, and they're on the front caps, and I could not find the original Slim Jims. The app, I kept trying to get to where I could substitute, because they only had the original, but they only had them large. And I mean, I went to like every end cap, and the app kept misfiring. Then it told me I ran out of time. So I got running out of time, and I really didn't run out of time, but I somehow was moving my time when I was trying to go through. But anyways, I eventually got to where I could substitute the Slim Jim. Got done with that. That's what I just got done delivering. And now I'm done and I'm heading home. So for the day, we ended up making, ended up having a very good day. Let's see here. We ended up with $146.57 in pay, and we worked a total of 5 hours. So our actual time out that we were compensated for, we generated, and again, we had a really, really good day. We generated $28.93, and we generated, for our delivery time that we were at, was $36.95. So we somewhat closed the gap, only about an $8 difference, which isn't bad. Miles wise, we drove 79 miles, so we had $1.86 a mile, and that led to a mileage expense of $5.52. So we took home $108.35 in net income today. So not bad at all, guys. And I'm going to throw all those numbers up there at the end for you guys to take a look at. So it turned into an alright day. It was kind of a wild day with Spark. Sometimes that happens, but I'm going to have to see how all that affected my drop rate and all that stuff. And we'll see. In the past, I've not had anything affect my drop rate with stuff like that, but I don't know, because that one order like dropped. I don't know, it was weird. But anyways, it is what it is. We'll deal with whatever it is. So, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up, guys. I appreciate you watching. Please hit that like this video if you got something of value out of it. Also, hit that subscribe button, because I'm gonna have more content coming out. I'm gonna continue to try to give you these ride-alongs, as well as I will be doing you know, some videos on equipment and stuff like that that I'm going to put out, and just try to do some interesting topic videos and stuff like that. So guys, lots of stuff going on. Help support the channel. Like I said, start a conversation. Give me your thoughts. If you watch this video, give me your thoughts on what you think about the orders I took today, what you think about the orders I turned down today. Would you have done those? Would you not have done those? What would you have done differently? And if you have questions, put them in the comments as well, and I'll try to answer the best I can. Like I said, I've got over 1,000 deliveries in the gig economy, so I've got some experience to pull into to try to help anybody with experience, you know, with questions, concerns, or anything like that. And I can try to go into my experience base and tell you what I've done, because I've probably faced whatever issue you're facing or question you've got. So, all right, guys, I really appreciate it. Thanks for watching, and I will be talking to you soon.